It has taken me 33 years to get back to who I was supposed to be because I had to parent myself from the age of 12. Because my life was between, okay, now for the first year, your relatives take you in and then they start saying, but the one thing I'll never forget is the words this man kept on telling me as he abused me. Do you understand? Like, I'm 6 years old. What do you mean, are you enjoying this? 10,000 abortions forced by relatives.
What?
Yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. But that one, mom's bestie, I will never forgive her.
Lady, can I give you a hug?
Yes, you should.
Oh, lady, this is too much.
My family failed me. They broke me. As for my father, I don't know. Sharifa, I don't know. I do not know. I will never. You know, someone I called auntie put me in her back instead of taking me back to school. And she was telling me, you need to take care of these men to not for rent.
What do you mean?
I'm in there, they're abusing me sexually. I'm telling you, she knew everything. My regime on the streets, most of them have either died, or I still see them on the streets. Do you understand? I think what hurt me most was that the people that you think will protect you always disappoint you. It's always the people closest to you. The people that abused me were not strangers. The people that always abused me were closest to me. They were my guardian, they were my protector, they were people I thought were friends. Do you understand? The next morning, having breakfast, I tried to pull the bread out. My auntie, those words, I still hear those words every time I think about my mom. She said, Mama utarise wanamugad, so you're not going to eat it.
The reason we have to talk about it, the reason we have to normalize these discussions is because silence always protects the abuser, not the child, not the victim. And today's story isn't easy to hear. It's from a woman who was only 8 years old when her stepfather started abusing her. She tried to speak up, but her own mother did not believe her. And what followed after that, the rejection, the shame, the repeated abuse, is the reality of so many silent victims who grew up carrying the pain they never asked for. So before we begin, I want you to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, because this could be your daughter, your niece, your student, your neighbor's child. It could be anyone. This is not just her story. It's a wake-up call for all of us to protect, to believe, and to pay attention. Here it goes. Hi, Sharifa. Please keep this story anonymous. But I pray you post it. As a mother, I want to warn other parents. I was only 8 years old when my stepfather started coming into my room at night. At first, I didn't even understand what was happening. All I knew was that I hated it, but I didn't know how to stop it. Every time I tried to tell my mother, she said I was lying. The one time I insisted that I'm tired of it, she beat me up so much that I couldn't speak again. Later, I overheard her confronting my stepfather, and he turned the story around and said I was spoiling the home, and within a week, I was sent to live with my grandmother. He asked her to choose between the marriage and I. Now, I thought maybe I would be safe at my grandmother's, but you know what happened? 3 of my uncles did the same thing to me at different times. And by then, I had stopped fighting back. I just let things happen. It became no more. I even found myself teaching my younger cousins things I should never have known at that age. FYI, I regret all of this because I didn't know any better. Fast forward, I got pregnant at 17 in senior 4 by a boy from the village, and I dropped out of school. My grandmother helped raise the child as I figured life after school and work. Anyway, this was ages ago. I'm a grown woman now. My daughter is also a teenager, but I still can't stand the thought of relationships. I panic when my child visits relatives, and I hate my mom and half of the relatives who never stood up for me. I wish I could speak up, but my mother promised to disown me if I dared to. I am damaged, I have trust issues, etc. I want to tell my story because I need to be free from keeping it a secret, and I need people to know that abusers are not always strangers. Sometimes they live right under our homes. Please protect your children. Now, this is what my client shared with me, and she wanted me to share it. Now, I reached out to you,
Yeah.
Aleti,
Yeah.
because I sent you 3 of the requests I got from people who wanted me to host you. And I saw part 1 and part 2 of the stories you shared on Instagram. And I don't want to say I was ecstatic, but that would be insensitive.
Yeah.
But I was hopeful that finally people are starting to speak up,
True.
that finally we are not hiding anymore,
Yeah.
that finally we get to have spaces like this where if 1,000 people can't talk about it, 2 people can be the voices for the many people.
Yes. Yes.
So I can't express how happy I am to have you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring my invite.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
How
This
are
was long overdue.
I know,
Girl.
right? I know. I last saw you about 6, 7, 8 months ago
Yes.
at Sultan Restaurant.
A
And I
year. It's been a year.
Yes, and it was the first time I was meeting you face to face.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see you. The reason I was happy is because I follow you and you're very authentic. Like when we talk about authenticity for content creators, we are lying.
True.
I love how real you are.
Thank you.
And I remember the day we met, you invited me to your nikah.
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Yeah. That was before a man chose to, well, it wasn't a man.
Please.
People close to me
Yes.
chose to end that relationship for me. But yeah, it ended. It did not end very well, but it ended.
So the nikah didn't happen?
It did not happen.
You dodged a bullet. So I know you're going to get married to a Muslim man. I remember you mentioned that you were
Yeah,
excited.
I was very excited.
I know. You told me you had even taken the Shahada, like you had become Muslim.
We were happy. I'm not gonna lie. We were happy. I thought it was going to work out. We had been together 4 years, so it was promising. I thought that was the one relationship that was going to lead me to marriage. But I guess you know how they say, don't count your, what do they say, eggs,
Eggs
chicks
before they hatch,
hatch, whatever.
Right. Yes.
That's what happened.
Okay, I'm not going to say I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm glad that happened.
Yeah.
So that you didn't have to live through years and years of pain and agony.
True,
So I'm glad. So I invited you over today to talk about sexual abuse.
Yeah.
I saw you share openly, and I didn't know how you were doing that.
Yeah.
Even I didn't have the guts to do it. I have shared before once or twice, but I'm always keeping it on the low because, again, it's a very uncomfortable conversation to have. And then I realized it triggers so many people.
Oh, it does.
Every time I shared those things, my inbox would blow
Blow
up.
up.
Yes, and then we had to hold a survivors group, support group some time back with Madame Dora Mima, and it was overwhelming. We were in tears. We were all crying.
Yeah.
So I really want to get into it with you and you share your experience, best of what I've just read for you.
Yeah.
What would you do? I have just shared that lady's experience, and she's talking about how sexual abuse back in the day has ruined her now.
Yes.
Like the effects have stayed longer than, because people always assume you're an adult now, like you should be over it.
Yeah, get
Right?
over it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean it happened 30 years ago. Why are you still crying about it?
Oh, yeah.
And people don't understand how trauma can sometimes dig deeper than we all.
I know.
Right?
Especially our country, Uganda. People really don't think trauma is a thing.
No, it's not for them.
It's so sad, but now for the story you just shared, I'm going to use my story in this case because I can only tell my story, you understand?
Right.
The first time I was sexually abused was at 6 years old. And this was not done by a stranger. It was a relative, someone we shared a home with, you understand? By this time, my parents were still together, you understand? My mom and dad were still together. And I tried to speak up, I actually told my mom when she came back from work, I said, because I was in so much pain. That was the first time it was happening. I was just a baby.
Yeah.
So I told my mom when she came back from work. Now for this person, my uncle, he does not think he did anything wrong.
Oh my God.
Yes, he actually pretends he did not do anything.
To date?
Yes, I tried to confront, you understand?
Oh, dear.
But most people don't realize that the things they do to us as children, they'll set the pace for you as an adult.
They
You
linger.
understand?
Yes.
I've not had anyone come out to say, oh, you're old now, get over it. maybe it's because of how I'm sharing my story. I'm not sharing from a broken place anymore. I'm sharing from a place of I'm healed, I'm in a better place. It was not my fault, number one, that all those things happened. Though growing up, family always blamed me. Like now when I was 6 and I told my mom, she did not believe me, and that broke my heart. Yeah, I was a baby. My mom loved me so much. I've tried to understand as an adult why didn't she believe me? Because she checked me. My mom was a very well-educated woman, and when she came back from work and I told her what had happened, she actually took the steps to take me to hospital to find out what had happened. But then I do not understand why she kept on saying, you do not tell the story, you do not tell anyone, tuja kuswala. You understand? You do not say this, it did not happen. You're telling me it did not happen, but I know for sure it happened. It happened to me. I'm a child, but please hear me out. It happened. And when my mom treated me that way, I realized that, okay, this story is very sacred to say. You don't talk about it. You don't, even if anyone touches you, you tell no one. And she set the pace for everything that happened to me as an adult. You understand? Yeah. In this case, I don't want to blame my father figure, the person that was my father figure in that moment, because I did not tell them anything. And I do not know if my mother ever shared anything. But I remember after that year, my parents now separated, and I was only left with my mother. You understand? And it's so funny, but once sexual abuse is like a demon. I don't know how to explain it, but once it happens to you, for some reason it will keep happening to you. Yes. I do not know why, but it will keep happening to you. And after that happened, my parents separated. My mom had built a house. We moved in. Me, my brother, and okay, I have 2 brothers, but my mom, they're not my mom's children. My mom just raised them. Okay. It kept on happening. My mom was those working class women, so we always had someone to take care of us. I do not know if she knew that putting these relatives at home to take care of us was doing more harm than good, because even the people she left abused me. You understand?
And she had no idea?
I couldn't tell her, because the one time I told her, she said, you don't talk about this, it does not happen. She actually went ahead to beat me up. You know what happened? After the hospital, I don't know what they told her, because I was young and I didn't know. As a child, you're 6 years old, how do you ask these questions? Tell me, how do you? You don't know what happened. You know what this man is doing is uncomfortable. But the one thing I'll never forget is the words this man kept on telling me as he abused me. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm 6 years old. What do you mean, are you enjoying this? What? And I remember the whole introduction to this sex thing. We did not have a TV in our home then. So my mom always held cell at home every evening. So she would send us to the neighbors. Mugende mulabe TV. Do you understand? Her and the neighbors, mother, okay, the wife in that home, were close friends. You understand? So even when she sent us Mugende Mulabe TV, those things kept on happening. Like, for some reason, the teenagers in that home were talking about sex, and then they were watching all these immoral movies. And then as a child, you seated there and wondering what is going on. So the first time this happened to me, I had actually seen it before on TV, but now it was happening to me. And the person that was meant to protect me, my uncle, is doing it to me. Do you understand? So I'm asking myself, okay, because initially you don't know, like you don't know it's bad.
No.
And he's telling you it's not bad. You understand? Tofayo, I'm ngenda kwata susu wange, I'll put it here. It's okay. It will hurt a little, but tofayo ngenda kugulira chindas. As a child, you're like, is this supposed to be normal? You're asking yourself so many things until you feel all this pain, and you start crying, and they're grabbing your mouth, like, don't shout. And then after it happened, he kept on saying, if you tell mommy, I will beat you up. And I don't know why, as a child, that meant so much. Like, why are you beating me? I feared that so much. And he kept on doing the same thing over and over again. And I keep thanking God for enabling me get out of that situation. And then now for my mother, when you hear what I'm telling you, why are you not protecting me? You know, I love this generation so much, because I feel like we are changing the narrative so much. We are we are the real deal for sure, because we are the parents that are having conversations with our children. We now have the very uncomfortable conversations with our children. No one ever talks about sex with me, okay? But I was introduced to it at a very young age, you know? So when my mother, okay, after the hospital, sorry, I keep going back
No,
and
it's
forth.
okay.
After we came back home, and then now she called uncle.
She
The three of us
did?
were there. Yes, she did. So she was like, Crystal said ABCD. Alimba, alimba, my mother, I want to think she believed him.
But she took you to hospital.
She did.
And there was proof of penetration.
She did. And my uncle accused the neighbor's kids. He said, maybe it's those kids. So I think my mother tried to protect them more than she protected me. I don't know, but that is what happened. So my mother did not live long enough to protect me. But even when she was here, she failed. I don't want to say she failed, because she did so many good things. My mother loved me for sure. She prioritized me. She tried to take me to the best schools. She was there. She worked so hard for me. But when my mother passed away, and now her family had to take me in, things got worse from there. Because, you know, after they separated with my dad, I did not hear from him again. Yes. So it was just me and my mom for like a good, about 5 years, until my mom fell sick. And then, you know, I think she realized she's going to pass. So she's telling me everything I need to know. I bought this and this. This is my land. This is your dad's contact. If something ever happens to you, call this person. You understand? And it's so sad to think that even the people she thought would protect me sexually assaulted me. What? Yes, even as an adult. Like my mom, I was 14 when my mom died. You understand?
I'm sorry.
It's well. I was in senior 2 when all these things happened. But for me, school was my safe haven.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, because I was safer at school. And for some reason, the teachers and the senior woman teacher and all those other people at school, they always believed me. And I remember the people that I went to secondary school with. I went to so many schools, because before my mom died, she tried to put me in good schools. So now when she passes away, they take you to the, I don't want to call them ghetto, but she takes you
I
to...
used to call them punishment schools.
Well, and now, for me, before my mother passed, she had cut her family off. She was estranged. She was a born-again Christian. She was dating a man of God then. And I come from a family that has a lot of witchcraft. And then a lot of alcohol.
Oh dear.
I would say the people on her side of the family enjoy life. Life. Yes. So my mother had cut them off-ish. She didn't want us to go visiting. She did not want us to be in contact with them or anything like that. So when my mother passed away, I feel like these people got a chance to punish me. Mama yari yepanga nga mulamu.
Now you're going to see. You're going to pay.
Genda kuchikakasa. Me, I realized things were going to be hard for me the very day we buried my mom. Because my uncle's wife really said, because they wanted me to go back to school immediately. That same day, I said that I'm not able to, like I need some time.
You're not okay.
I'm not
grieving.
Okay. The next morning, having breakfast, I tried to pull the bread out. My auntie, those words, I still hear those words every time I think about my mom. She said, Mama utarise wanamugad, so you're not going to eat it. So my auntie had bad blood with my mom. And now here we are, my mom is gone. I'm supposed to be going to my uncle's house, whose wife does not like me. Do you understand? It was tough for me. So the whole sexual abuse thing kept on happening. It kept on happening. It's safe to say that the people that my mom thought would protect me failed her terribly.
Is this the same uncle? Or this is now a different
No. Now this is someone else.
So the other uncle disappeared after mom passed?
Yeah, I don't think he was like, they were like, I think they were first cousins, something like that. They were not even, yeah. So you know those things of, you bring someone from the village to, like they're studying in the city, so you like house them.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's that guy. And for some reason I didn't hear from him again until I was older.
you mentioned, you said something that for some reason, most of the sexual abuse survivors, once you abuse the first time, chances are high that it's going to keep happening. I want to believe that it's because of the foundation.
I think so.
Yes, I keep telling parents that sit your child down as early as 3 years old.
Oh, yes.
And some of them go like, oh no, she's too young for this. And I'm telling them, children who are younger than 3 are still sexually abused.
Yes.
I was telling you about how that foundation can set the tone for one, how you view yourself, how you view a male figure or another figure. For example, if it's a girl abusing you, that foundation of sex is okay. The person you trusted is teaching you. That even makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because I keep telling people that it is the person your child trusts the most that is easier to abuse that child. True. Because the child feels safe with this person in the first place, right? Now, let's talk about, you mentioned something where you, first of all, you weren't believed.
Yes.
Right? And then when it kept happening to you, it became your norm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. And this lady also said the same thing in her story. She said something like, after some time, I stopped fighting it. It became normal.
Yeah.
Whatever story you tell yourself in that moment is what you believe, is what you continue with.
Yes.
This is why our mind is a very strong thing, because whatever you believe, continue.
That's your reality.
Yes, your reality. Exactly. Now, my story might be a little bit different from yours because I also experienced sexual abuse. But what happened before that, I think, is the reason why I buried the story. I know your mom told you to bury the story. No one told me to bury my story. I did it on my own.
Yes.
Why? Because I believed I deserved it. How has your abuse shaped your relationships, shaped your life, shaped how you view men, life in general, family? Because for me, I have a skewed view on so many things because of what happened.
Yeah.
How are you dealing?
First of all, the abuse ruined me. It ruined me. I think I got back to myself this year. It has taken me 33 years to get back to who I was supposed to be, because I had to parent myself from the age of 12. Because my life was between, okay, now for the first year, your relatives take you in and then they start saying, she's a bad person. You have this history. Before you know it, you're like, you know what? They said I'm a thief, I steal sugar, right? Let me see what it feels like to snatch a bag from the streets. So at one point, I was on the streets and I was snatching bags.
Oh, no.
I was. Tebelezamo, a young girl. Now you are on the streets. There's a place in Kisenyi where most of these kids sleep. I was there because the people on the streets showed me so much mercy and kindness. And if you look at my life, I always relate with men. The people that you think abanyu injagabo, those ones protected me more than my family. Do you understand? So now they're giving you somewhere to sleep, but then they have to teach you how to make money. This is how we make money on this side of town, or
You have to survive, yeah?
Do you need a place to sleep? Aleti, yes. Or gendo baka saukori omuntu. You have to snatch. That shaped me as an adult. I thought that was normal life. For you to survive, you know kulumi omuntu otwale echiche, and you survive. Now for the abuse, it drove me to prostitution. You understand? At some point I failed to even settle. I've met so many good men that have always like wanted to protect me. I want to believe that I'm a nice person. There's a very sweet girl deep down there. And initially, when it comes to relationship, it ruined that part for me because I don't feel anything. It's hard for me to really fall in love with someone, you understand? And I genuinely love them. Every time I've been in a relationship with someone, our sexual life is terrible.
I can imagine.
I will please you. I will do everything I'm supposed to do, but I don't feel anything because I feel like I'm here as a slave. I'm those women who submit to a level of
do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want to do to me. My body, that's how you're supposed, that's what they said at home. I'm a woman, Malaya. They called me a prostitute, so this is who I am. So the abuse ruined me as, growing up, even as an adult, until, like I told you, I only got back to myself this year. But it's all because of the abuse. And then it taught me to lie. Let me tell you, Sharifa. I used to lie. Nganze muntu asobola okulimba ekintu kyolabira ddala nti I'm lying to you. But you know why? Because like at home, the people that were there to protect me did not believe me. Ne bw'oyogera ki tebakukkirizamu. So I have to lie. I was those kids, everyone that went to school with me knows. I was those kids who report, after my mom died, I was those kids who report, and then you don't know how you'll go back home. Schools were always calling the people that were supposed to pay my school fees to look for school fees, banchime. Ngansigala ku ssomero because no one was willing to pick me. You understand? I was always those kids they locked in one room during visitation. Kwata wamalayo fees. Bachakubanjeza omwaka guli. And I was always those kids who had to help in the kitchen because you failed to pay. You understand? So I was adding trauma to trauma. Nze naisibwa bubi all my life and I want to blame it on my trauma. You understand? I was those kids who didn't really care about anything. But the one thing most students know about me is Aleti has always been protective of us. I was that child who protected everyone in school. I'm a very stubborn person, right? And in secondary school, as a protector, everyone's protector. They bullied you. Who bullied you? They're in senior 6. You come and report to me. Meanwhile, I was in senior 2. But I was fighting senior 6 students. No. I was fighting teachers. I've always been that person. Who beat you up? What were you?
Let's go.
Let's go. I was those kids who always reported to school without anything. Like I have experienced so much love, yet I grew up without any love. And now, even when these people give me love, I'm running away. I always hide under either being a comical person or a very tough person. So people don't know how to deal, you know. But yeah, the trauma ruined me. As an adult, I was doing so many things that, to me, were trauma responses. To other people don't understand you, so they're just saying, they do not know that you're dealing with things that I cannot even explain to you. Mm-hmm. At some point, I was involved in a trafficking ring. I joined a group that trafficked girls. At some point, I was doing porta parties. You've seen those stories on my Instagram. At some point, I was doing prostitution in Dubai. You understand? That's all because, you know what? It's okay. Normal. That's who I am. They said, Ndimono nefu. And you know what's sad? My mom, I did not even ever see my mom sleeping around. Do you understand? And I think even my mom's death beat my understanding because my mom died from HIV. This is someone you've never seen with a man. And now the conversation at the funeral broke me so much. Omukazi abadde malaya, abadde yefuula wakabi naye nga abadde malaya. Sirimu ya musse, akatirinda ne muwala we. Sirimu agenda mutta. Do you understand? So I was broken from the very time my mother died. At my mom's funeral, I had no one to hold me. I was alone. And I will never forget a statement my grandfather made. He said, Susan Ariose nafa.
What?
Yes, Susan Ariose nafa. He hid it under, he was hiding under the guise of, she was in so much pain. But even when she was in pain, he all made her sell everything she owned. Do you understand? To make sure that I'm left
with nothing.
With nothing. And then you're here talking, you're like, Ariose nafa. How will she survive? Especially Crystal. Again, Malakatia. I was not born Crystal. I changed my name because I realized that this girl had gone through so much. And then I took on my mother's name. She was called Aleti. And then I changed Crystal because I just felt like I'm a Crystal for as much as it doesn't seem like that. Do you understand? So I realized that even when I tried to get married, trauma really broke me, Sharifa. Trauma
follows you everywhere.
It followed me. I've not had any form of stability up until this year. Let me tell you, even the people that I've met, the friends I've made, the friends I've kept, they know that Aleti will take care of you. But you can never know how Aleti is feeling.
That's
sad. I don't open up to anyone. That's why it's easy for people to judge me and say, she did ABCD, she's this person, and you know most people will be like, don't blame your bad manners on trauma. There's a fine line. There's a fine line.
If you've not been there,
If you've not been, it's very easy for you to judge from a place of privilege. You're judging from a place of, I've never experienced this. I grew up in a family with so much love. Mommy was there, daddy was there. I did not have to beg anyone for food. But if you've had to beg someone to sleep with you, akuweyo mutwalo, you don't know pain. That's why I don't take bullying lightly. I want to bully you back. You know why? Because you don't know pain. I've gotten to a point where I'm telling someone, can you sleep with me? Umpeyo mutwalo. And you know what's sad? I've always been a sickly child. There was a time my kidney was failing in 2018. What? Yes. Things have been so bad for me. A church took me in and they helped me out. However, they were also helping me out, thinking that I'm a planned kid, because I don't know why I give those vibes. Simani.
Something about you.
There's just something about my aura. I just give money, you know? So maybe they thought that wetumuyambo notugenda mufuna musente. And then at some point the truth came out that she does not have anything. She's actually chasing the mom's inheritance. But now I was chasing my mom's inheritance. I knew full well, they made her sign. That's a fact everyone knows. If you grew up in Chigo, you know this. You know what I'm talking about. They made her sell everything. My mom had done well for herself. Babi Tunda to take care of her. But take care of what exactly? ARVs, do you understand? Ne Babi Tunda. Even when my mom was sick, because I saw my mom sick for like, 2 weeks, and then nebanchima after a month.
So all that property, all the money,
they took everything. I grew up knowing I have to revenge. I need to make these people pay. I will steal from you at some point. So the trauma really, really broke me. It ruined me. It made life very hard for me. I have had so many people.
I'm sorry.
So many people. Like I don't even know how to go into that. Some people don't even know I hurt them, but I hurt them. I had a phase of being on the streets where you have a handler. You have someone telling you, Gendo, you're going to go and snatch that bag. Do you understand, Sharifa?
I don't.
You will not understand.
I can't.
Because
it's too much.
It is too much. And I thank God every day that I am here today, because all the people, my regime on the streets, most of them have either died, or I still see them on the streets, or do you understand?
Here you are.
And here I am still standing strong, fighting my demons every single day. And no one will ever understand, because you know what, I'm a very jovial person.
You are.
I'm always,
you're always happy.
I'm always happy. Because I've seen so much pain. I don't want to allow myself go back. And let me tell you one thing about healing that people do not understand. Now when I left the streets and was as if in a stable home, and then you always have to lie to hide your past.
Of course.
People will not understand that. They're very quick to say, the
judgment is... Hey,
I always can't tell you I could never share my story, because if I tell you, it's going to be two things. One, you'll throw me away, start judging me like the other people. So now you're left with lies. You have to lie
to get by.
Create imaginary friends and characters in your story that did not happen. Because how do I walk to you and tell you, hey, I've been doing ABCD and you accept me?
The way I am.
The way I am. And you know what's funny? Even the people I called friends up until last year, I've never told anyone my story. Even my friends.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're finding out now from your stories?
From my stories. I shared with a few of them, but I realized that people are actually judgmental.
Yeah.
People are judgmental. I try to share a little bit, not the depth. I think now the whole world will know my story from here. This is the very first time I'm sharing my story.
Yes, I'm actually noticing that even what you shared on Instagram,
I'm not sharing.
Yes, like it was filtered.
And even this is filtered. But if I'm to go deeper, I will either be arrested or be put in a home to treat my mental health. But I'm in a good place now. If I can bring myself to talk about this without even crying.
Breaking down.
Because I've tried. And I always, one thing trauma does to you is it isolates you. It puts you in a corner, and you can never trust anyone.
How?
But then you want to be trusted for you.
But you also want to trust.
You want to
It's
trust.
just that it's hard.
It's very hard.
It is.
But you know why the relationship that I just left broke me so much? Because that was the one person in this lifetime that I fully fell for.
You seemed happy.
I was at my peak.
You seemed happy.
I was so happy. And I was telling him about my life in bits. Now imagine, because I'd shared, because people have had bits and pieces of your story, the people you think are going to protect you, your friends, now go and tell him ABCD happened.
And they don't even have all the facts.
They don't.
They're not your friends.
Yeah, they were not. They were not my friends. So life is hard.
I'm sorry.
But I will mourn that relationship for a while.
You seemed happy. I don't think people get it. Like, I saw you, you were glowing.
They don't. I really wanted to be, I badly wanted to marry that person. Do you understand? Okay. It's so painful. Like, I feel like that relationship hurt me more than any other thing. I've been through so much. But I think what hurt me most was that the people that you think will protect you always disappoint you. It's always the people closest to you. The people that abused me were not strangers. The people that always abused me were closest to me. They were my guardian, they were my protector, they were people I thought were friends. Do you understand?
No, it has become your imprint. Like, I can't trust anyone. Like, if the people around me are always abusing me,
and it became a thing. Like, I was isolated. One time, one of my mom's closest friends took me in. She had children that are as old as I am. And from the bottom of my heart, I will never forgive her for the way she treated me. I will never forgive her for all the words she called me. She broke me. My family failed me. They broke me. As for my father, I don't know. Sharifa, I don't know. I do not know. I will never. You know, I've started talking to him recently, but I realized that I'm trying to talk to him to get him to a point of trying to hurt him. So I'm talking myself out of that because I've been through these things. Like I can be dangerous if I want to be dangerous. I can hurt you for sure. But I realized that I have so many questions. You as a parent, you're not even willing to sit me down to say, tell me what happened. Because the last time you saw me as a child, you understand? I remember at some point in senior 4, I went to my dad to look for school fees. He refused to give it to me, but his children were in school. School fees fully paid. You understand?
He was financially stable?
I don't even want to call it that. I want to think he was comfortable. Because if you can have more than 6 children or 10
in school,
things should be good for you. My father never protected me. And I don't know, people think my dad passed. No. I've had like 4 father figures all my life. And the one thing I don't understand about life is that even the people that are seemingly protective, like the people that are kind and love me, I always lose them. Like the one person that was a father figure to me, I lost them and I don't know how to move on from that because they're the only people that have ever shown me mercy. My senior 4, my senior 6, going on to aviation school, it's been strangers. What? Yeah. Like, I don't know why, but strangers have always been kind to me. You understand? Like, my family is so unbothered. They do not know where I am. They don't even care. You know? When my mom passed, my brother Brian ran mad. Aww. Properly. He ran mad, like he was on the streets for the longest time. And no one helped that boy. You understand? He was just a baby. He was in primary 6 when our mom passed. No one protected us. You understand? So right now, when I see my dad's call and he's saying, I cry every time he says that. And I'm like, you've not even told me anything. You never said you're sorry. I don't know if you know where my mother was buried. I don't know if you know now I moved her grave to somewhere else. You really don't care about us. And I kept on asking myself, why did God put me in this position? Like, why me? no mother, no caring relative. Everything you do is failing. You've been sexually assaulted 10 times. You've 10,000 abortions forced by relatives.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But that one, mom's bestie, I will never forgive her.
Lady, can I give you a hug?
Yes, you should.
Oh, Lady, this is too much.
I've been arrested more than 10 times. You understand? It is okay. And this year I sit down and I'm like, Aleti, something has to change. I know that you think that. And you know what's funny? I always knew for sure I was not even going to make it past 30 because someone made a statement. This is what people don't understand. Whatever you tell a child sticks. When my mother passed, the conversation at the funeral set the pace for me. So many people said so many things, and when people said, "Oh, you're trying to agenda kuvam," that is exactly what happened for the longest time. Oyo mwana okuweza emyaka 2 nga tannafa kijja kuba kyamagero. Okitegeera. I did so many bad things because I knew I'm not going to live past 20. So now you get to 20 and you're like, I'm only here for a while. I will go. I will die.
But also because it's expected of you.
It is expected.
Yes, I think of so many parents would come to me and tell me, the child is even sitting there and they go, why does this child behave like this? And when you sit with the child to ask them, why are you acting like this? And she says, but they expect me to be the last in class. They expect me, they already have, they don't see anything positive about me, so why bother?
And let me tell you, Sharifa, the one thing God has blessed me with is a brain. I am very sharp. I think the one reason schools didn't chase me was because I was always
smart.
Very, very smart. So they need the good grades. Sigala or you have to go to the kitchen. And I've been the one person that always has so many people around her. So again or go help the kitchen people peel. I had other people come with me peel. So it didn't look like anything. But in actual sense, this was labor. I was paying for my school fees. School fees, every time they lock me in one room. Because you have to eat last to amala school fees. They don't prioritize you. You eat last. And you know what's funny? That has affected me even as an adult. I don't know how to eat, Sharifa, because I went so many days without food. It is actually trauma. Mazekutandika therapy. This was actually a trauma response. Even as an adult, you give me food, and I'm good. Because simanyi kulye mmere has never been, you understand? So people need to be very careful with children. I love this generation so much. I feel like so many things are changing. We are now the aunties that are actually excited to be aunties and uncles. We prioritize our siblings' children. When you're besties with someone, their child is your child.
True.
Although we don't want to actually believe this, but me, I will never forget. It's so many things. But Sharifa, every time I run to someone to say, can you help me? So-and-so is abusing me. They do not believe me.
I wonder why.
They called me Mononefu.
Maybe, okay. Yeah.
Mononefu. And let me tell you, I've always been a chubby girl. Very chubby. Growing up, I was very huge. Katinga, I was blamed for everything. For everything. Someone I called auntie put me in her back instead of taking me back to school. And she was telling me, you need to take care of these men to for rent.
What do you mean?
I'm in there, they're abusing me sexually. I'm telling you, she knew everything. She's like, Tofa yo baga to a sente. Sharifa, I reported more than 10 times. I ran away from home, Gavan Chimayo.
So wait, you report that my auntie is grooming me? Grooming me?
Yes.
She's literally selling me,
yes.
for lack of a better word.
Yes.
Then you run away from that abuse, and then they pick you up and bring you back.
That's what I'm
so you
saying.
Can serve.
Everyone that my mom called friends and relatives failed her. And I kept on telling myself, I'm sure my mother is standing in her grave because if the people that knew my mom, everyone is like, so Chiki Zanchono, mwana wa doctor. You understand?
I know.
I cannot believe it because my mother was a very respected. When my mom died, Sharifa bantu bazika mama wangu kuva yonna because my mom was loved and respected for sure. Again, no one. Because everyone was punishing me for bali bayita bagagga.
It's those things.
Yeah, bali bayita bagagga, they thought they were planned. Ze twamugamba ngo mwana omwononye. Naye nga bangamba manyononye, but I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I kept on asking myself, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. You know? Like I'm coming to you and telling you this man has used me onto me ntwaleyo beer. She owned like a cabrothel and Bunobo Lodge or Womtwalo. There's a lodge in Mavik. I'm taking beer, someone is using me.
Oh God.
And I'm coming to report to you, you're like, again on a bit of fire,
What?
and then tomorrow you're sending me to the same guy. And then I come tell you I'm pregnant. You take me to a specific clinic. You put me to sleep. I wake up cramping. That's when I know, you know what, Aleti? That was an abortion. And you think, you know what? Chaka chigenda komao.
It's over.
It kept on happening. Let me tell you, Sharifa, I don't know if when we met, I don't know if we had this conversation about children. I don't know if it was you, but most people keep asking me, bichi. I struggle to conceive. It's not because
you don't want to.
I love children. I would love to have so many children because you know what? I want to show them that life gets better. I ask God to give me a chance. Again, nzale kubana abange mbayise bulungi. Nze Sharifa, I've seen a chisa from people that I don't even call friend, relatives, the strangers. They will show you mercy. Again. And you're fighting through all these demons. Even when you think you're doing something right, it fails. You know why? So many demons keep popping up. They keep reminding you that unless you belong to the streets. You don't belong in any man's bed. You belong to several men.
How did you get out? The abortions, how did you heal? How did you, like...
That's what, let me tell you, Sharifa. I have always told myself God must have a bigger plan. Yes. Because you cannot explain my life to me. I keep asking myself, why? But why? And then after asking the whys, I keep asking myself, but how did I get through situation ABCD? I just did. Like even on the streets, survival on the streets, that was tough. Do you know that graveyard they once was speak out? Kuyad.
Yes.
Speak apartments. There's a graveyard opposite BTA area.
Yes, please.
You know that place?
Yes.
At some point, that was my home. Where back home on Malalo. Because where are you going to sleep? That is why people keep asking me, Chichicho Tatia. Nothing. Chichicho Tatia. Nothing. I've seen it all. Everything I was afraid of happening has happened.
Yes.
I think the one thing that now scares me was being in a relationship more than a year. I thought I was past that. When that relationship ended, my heart broke. And then now I realize maybe there's no true love. But then I've seen people who have had it easy. You understand? But then I keep asking myself, why do these things happen to me? But I've come to realize that there has to be God is preparing me for a bigger table. There has to be something that maybe I don't understand, but maybe I was used as a savior. Maybe I'm supposed to save other people.
You know, I make this joke whenever I finish a session, and I'm trying to dissociate, and I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. Just like you said, there's always that moment when you're asking yourself, "But God, why?" So because I was telling my partner recently that maybe this is why. By the way,
yeah,
stories like this, every time someone is watching, they help you put things into perspective.
Sure.
Like you feel like, hey, I've gone through hell.
Sure.
And then a lady comes to the show and you're like, oh, if I shut up. But I told my partner, maybe this is why. When you come for therapy and you're talking about rape, I've been there.
Yeah.
When you come to my office for my practice and you're talking about divorce, I've been there.
True.
When you come to me and you're telling me, oh, they took my child away, I've been there.
Yeah.
When you come to me and tell me, oh, family abandoned me or family did ABCD, I have been there.
You've been through it all.
Yes. So I keep telling him, maybe this is what God was preparing.
I'm starting to think
that's why. Because a lady, you can never answer the why. We all don't know why.
You know, I got to a point and I told myself, Aleti, you don't question God. And I realized that from now, the moment I said, Aleti, don't question God, there's peace in my life. There's a whole lot of peace. When I started sharing my series online, because you share your things thinking you're the only one that has been through it. My DMs, Sharifa, have stories that are worse than Aleti's story.
What?
Yes, that's when I realized that, whoa, our generation is doomed.
What?
Yes, people have been through shit that you can. Let me tell you, Sharifa. Me, life drove me to a point of almost marrying a witch doctor.
Can I laugh?
Because you know what? At some point, I was very confused.
You don't know what you're doing, honestly.
Do you know what they call spiritual psychosis?
Oh my God.
I experienced that. I was peak mental. I was like, kati sigenda kuva mu ssabo kuba kakati wano we wagenda okunyamba. Ne neeraguza every day. Because I'm trying to understand nze obulamu bwange kiki. I'm trying to be rich with someone who stole from my mom. It's pain. And you know, anger is very bad, Sharifa. That's why we need to learn a thing or two about forgiveness.
And closure, yes.
And closure.
You're always looking for, I need to get better. You're looking for answers. You're
like, doing everything I did, like now, as an adult, yes, but you know, when you grow up, you have the ability to be like, you know what? Okay, but let me do better.
Choices, you make a better choice.
No, it's not easy. When you've gone through a lot of trauma, it's not easy to just, let me give you an example. When it comes to now, like, we're going to talk about money right now.
Right.
Because of what I was used to, my normal was duko nyakula kasao. When I grew up and I was put in a position of, let's say now you run a business or you have to do something for someone. Someone has ordered something from you. They want you to do something. Before you even do what you're supposed to be doing, you've already eaten the money. You get it? And then they change their mind. And then me, I've always thought I was going to die. Yeah. Like I told you.
I know.
I will eat the money thinking, when I
want to be here. Yes.
And like now for me, suicide has always been...
Suicidal ideation is a thing like...
I can't always do. I've tried to take my life 5 times in these 34 years. Sharifa, ndwala nenkoma yo ne sifa. That's why I keep telling myself there has to be a bigger...
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Like I've been telling myself, God, this table should be big. The one that you're preparing for me. Because it does not make sense.
Every morning you wake up, it's something I've learned to tell myself. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
You will go through hell today and then you sleep and wake up and then you're like,
Thank
so
you.
it's not over yet.
It's not.
Okay, then let's see what today brings.
Yeah.
I feel like living like that is that thing of one day at a time thing of let's see what tomorrow brings.
Let me tell you, Sharifa, I've never been as happy as I am currently.
You look happy.
I am happy. I thought I was happy last year, by the way, because my man loved me.
Yes.
I love marriage. I just love it because I feel like my mom did not get a chance. So I feel like I just want to always like have someone to call mine. And you know what's funny about trauma? I've always like you pre-plan for like pain and failure. I've always told myself, Katino, now when I get married to this guy and jagalanyo then wankuba because it's no more. Because that's what you've seen, you get. Like you're always looking at the negative things. Yes. Then they ruin you and unhealing and unlearning things is the hardest thing.
Relearning is reparenting, unlearning and relearning have been the hardest things that I've ever had to do.
Listen.
So I hear you when you say that.
Yeah.
And there's something you said a while back, and I never want to cut you short when you're speaking.
It's okay.
But you said, I want to love.
Yes.
I want to trust.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. I'm afraid. I don't even know how to start. And you see, Aleti, the reason why you can't do any of those things is because it wasn't modeled for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to love, but Aleti, if I asked you, what is love? You don't even have an idea.
But like, you know, I've asked myself that question. Like, Aleti, what's love to you?
To you, yes. Because it's relative, you know?
Yes. Like, what is love to you? And I want to think, I don't know. I failed to answer that question.
Thank you.
Because I thought I knew last year. If you ask me now, I have no idea.
Thank you. It's why we tell people that before you go on this journey of looking for, oh, I'm looking for the perfect partner, ask yourself, are you ready for that perfect partner?
Yeah.
Because what are you looking for? Who
Yeah.
are you at your core? Do you
Yeah.
love yourself? Would you love you if you met you? And every time you sit down and start, hey, you start doing the work, you're like, hey, even the love I'm looking for, I don't even know how to
I
receive
don't
it.
know how to receive. Like now, me, I don't know how to receive love.
I-
But let me tell you, the aleti of like from now 2024 could daily. If you had Olanga on a podcast when you invite me,
Yes, please.
I would not communicate that I'm not able to come. I would keep quiet, let it slide, not communicate, not apologize. Now, that way, you've become my enemy. Because Aleti, you made me wait for you, you did not communicate, and then you ran away. Like the one thing the people that I've called friends, the one thing they've always complained about is I ran away.
You're avoidant.
I'm avoidant.
Yes.
Like we'll go out and they think we're having a good time. As soon as I say I'm going to the washroom, they will never see me again until the next day. Because every time I start to feel happy. I snap out. I'm like,
don't
Aleti, you're not
deserve
built
it.
for this.
Yeah,
You're not,
are you
you're not
happy?
allowed to be happy. Follow Mogende. And my friends kept on saying, Banange Aleti, where are you? Where are you? Like, they got to a point, Ngabachimani, we're going out. But if you see Aleti leaving, they don't even stop me. They're like, you know what? You can stay for
Bye.
an hour and go. Like I actually appreciate them for that. They go to a point where they're like, my friend used to say, if you're uncomfortable, if you want to leave, we can leave. You understand?
That's
If you want
very
to,
understanding.
if you want to leave, we can leave. And I'm like, no, let's stay. But now we stay. Now I'm looking around. I'm anxious. I'm like, why are we happy? Why is everyone happy? What is it? We should be suffering those ends. You understand? But now I'm teaching my brain. Number one, to be
Rewiring
still.
it,
I'm rewiring it, and I didn't know how hard that is, Sharifa.
Oh, you catch yourself. You're like, snap
Yeah.
out of it.
I'm always catching myself, and I'm like, Bananga Leti, no, we're not doing that
now.
again, not now.
Yes.
So I realized that now I'm rewiring my brain. I'm back to 6 years. I have to help this girl unlearn all these things. I have to show her, you know what, it's okay. This was because I blame myself for the sexual abuse all my life. No, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't.
Because that one auntie I said I'll never forgive, my mom's best friend. One thing happened to me and she was like, you gave me that skirt.
Wow.
What are you talking about? So you expect me to just not blame myself? You plant that seed. Everything was said at my mom's funeral set the pace for me. So now I'm like, you know what, Aleti? Let's go back to that day when your mom died. How did you feel? Who said what? Can you unhear those things? Can you forgive and let go? It is not very easy. I know it's going to take a long time. I'm writing a book, Sharifa.
Oh, I would
Because
love to read
because
it.
I feel like my story needs to be
hard. It must be.
It's not normal. Sharifa, there's not a thing I've not done. Think of the worst thing a human being can do. You think of it and tell me. What do you think the worst thing a human being can do?
I can't say it because I'm afraid you might admit to it and then the show will be over.
I have done everything that you think is bad a human being cannot do.
Aleti, I'm so sorry you had to go through all of these things.
It is, well,
I'm really sorry you had to go. Aleti, I know you are reparenting, you're rewiring, you're doing the work, and it's a journey. People always think that healing, you get to a certain point and go like, oh, I'm healed.
I'm healed. Oh, no.
It never comes.
Oh, no.
You just learn to manage.
It's like grief.
Thank you so much.
Some days I feel like, my mom has been gone 17 years, it's okay. And then one morning I wake up and I cannot leave my bed. I'm like, but why did she have to go? It does not make sense. God, explain it to me. Why my mom? Why do other people get to keep their parents?
Till 80.
Until 80, and then me? And then my dad is not present. My mom is gone. The relatives you gave me to protect me are not even present. Why me? You know? So I feel like healing is, it's a journey.
It's a journey.
But I'm enjoying it.
And you know one thing I love about you?
Yeah.
I remember, I think 3 years ago, I looked for you.
You did.
Bambi, I did.
I was being dragged online.
I did.
For scamming people.
Yes.
It was never a scam. They just misunderstood me.
No, it's okay. I remember you just sent me a one-line message of, hi, Sharifa, I need help. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, I don't take such messages lightly.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you. But I used to follow you. I loved your traveling series. They were very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, she just travels for a living. It's fascinating. I used to enjoy watching you. So I came on, by the way, this is a disclaimer. I didn't know about the scamming. You're just telling it to me now.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not a social media person.
Oh.
The minute I post, I'm off. When I come answer the DMs, I'm off. I'll tell you why. But I never know anything that's happening on the ground.
I realized that when I was telling you at the restaurant last year, you agreed. You didn't know what was going on.
I have no idea. You will come and say, like, oh, did you see what happened yesterday? I'm like, no, I have no idea. I honestly, I really don't care.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I think the one thing I hate about being in this, putting yourself out there, like on social media.
Yes.
A friend of someone I used to be friends with told me that, Aleti, okay, this is someone now I was on the streets with at some point, so now they are also happily married, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, Aleti, with our past, we don't need to be in the social media space because someone can easily dig something up and then it will beat you up. Yes. So I keep telling people that no one can use my past against me because I can easily tell my story without fear or favor. I'm not afraid.
Owning it.
I own it. I did it. Yes, I did it. So what?
So you're taking away the power.
Yes. So what should I do? Go back and cry for what? Stealing, snatching a bag?
What I did 20 years ago.
It's okay, I did it. So katikola chogendo kola.
You're taking away their power. The reason why those social media people always have power is because you're running away from it. So the minute you own it, acknowledge and go like, look, whatever happened, happened. I'm trying to be a better person.
And then the other thing about social media is people have this. Do you know why I'm doing my social media the way I am?
Yes.
So Shafra, I don't want someone to meet me tomorrow and they think, "Ne online nabela ya kubye makeup ngari mu filter." You will never catch me in a filter. If you know me, you will never. The way you see me on social media is the way you're going to meet me.
You're very beautiful.
I don't want anyone to say katya fulaba man. I want to live within my means. It's hectic to fake life. I've faked life before, but it's very hectic.
It's heavy.
You end up now, you're borrowing cars, you're now borrowing money. Let me tell you, there's a time I was in debt because of borrowing money for social media.
No.
That was around that time, that saga. That was it. People really thought I was living. I was balling. No, I was in loans, dear. I borrowed to travel. Are you?
Okay, I still don't know about the saga, but what I remember was you reached out, then I started looking for you.
Yeah.
I texted you, and then you disappeared for like an entire year.
Yeah.
And I think when you came back, you found I had left you so many messages.
Yes.
Like, hey, you reached out, is everything okay? I don't see you posting anymore. I swear, like, I thought you were dead. I have never cared too much about someone I don't know. Like I did.
I remember the first time you saw me after that saga, you literally wanted to cry. Let's see. I
was like, you're alive. Like I didn't know what was happening.
But I think I wasn't in a good place mentally. So I've always been afraid of my past.
You ran.
Yeah. But now I'm in a better place. You can really not say anything to move me. I'm the owner of this story. You're just saying things I told you.
Things you don't even know.
No, you can never use my past. And now for social media, people always think that, I've seen so many people saying, oh, influencers, you just wake up and then you go to a restaurant. No, yeah, that's not how life is. Life is very hard. And let me tell you, if you're a social media influencer out there, their mental health is in the gutters. They're not okay, but influencers are struggling. I've seen. Let me tell you, all these things of tekatibule motoka or photo shoot, I don't even have the time for that shit. Because why am I taking out a car on loan?
To please you guys.
To please you guys. For what? Mugena kumpach. You get. So me, I live my life the way I live, Sharifa.
But it's the easiest
life slapped me, put me down proper. I built from scratch. And people keep asking, do you know what's funny? Most people still think I'm doing this as content.
Oh my God.
Most people still think Onareta Alina Saint, but she's lying. She's doing this as content. You understand? That is who I am.
I wanted to tell you something before we keep digressing.
Sorry.
The one thing I've loved about your experience is because I have seen so many adults, me inclusive, I'm not going to take myself out of the bubble, we refuse to own the part we have played in our suffering. Yes, I was abused. Yes, life handed me hell. Yes, I was in the gutters. Yes, I was on the street. But look, you cannot keep singing that song.
You cannot.
Like a time has to come where you're like, I need to make a choice to be better. Now, I think that is the one thing I have loved about your story. You've mentioned that, look, I also had to get to a point and ask myself, but Alex, Unde Kuchi.
I'm going to blame yourself, your trauma forever.
Exactly, because whatever you're not changing, you're choosing.
You're choosing.
Yes. So yes, our parents, they played whatever role they played. Our family members played whatever role they played. Society did, environment, everything did whatever they did. But okay, now that they're out of the picture.
For you, what are you doing about it?
I think for me, if there is anything I've loved about your experience, is that. And the other thing is that for the first time, and okay, maybe I've just not had stories yet. For the first time, we are openly talking about something people hate to talk about.
Sure.
Parents are always shielding family members because of shame. But Agambachi, don't. What about the child? The stories I have been hearing, parents are struggling because their 3-year-olds have been abused by a cousin, by an uncle, by a dad, by a stepfather. And we cannot blow the trumpet because guess what? They will be so ashamed. What about the child? Thank you. Like you said, mothers of this generation, we are going to make noise.
A lot.
We are going to make a lot of noise. Yes.
I love us.
We will not allow, like, please, parents, sit your child down.
Like, let me tell you, when I shared my story, I'm sorry for cutting you short.
No.
The women, like, I now have so many mother figures on social media. Women that are telling me, Aleti, where are you? We need to go. Do you need us to do anything for you? I can literally, do you need to get closure from these people? And I'm like, by the time I am sharing this, I'm in a good place.
Yes.
I'm no longer using my story for like sympathy. Nope. I'm owning up. I messed up. Yes, I was treated unfairly. Right. But now when I grew up in Nakola Watch, I kept on holding on to that pain and I used that to hurt people. And now you're going to keep hurting people because what? Your heart? You need to heal.
People. True.
You need to heal a little because you're missing out on life. You need to get to a point where you sit in a restaurant and you're not anxious. And you feel like you belong here. You understand? Yeah. Like most people followed me for my travels, but they didn't know I was at like my lowest.
I followed you for your travels.
Yeah, but when you come to social media, you put on this whole face of, oh, life is good. Yes. But now I've built a community on Instagram where I'm allowed to be vulnerable and they will not judge me.
True.
I am very grateful for my community on Instagram. Like very, very, very grateful. Like they will not judge you. You are allowed to be vulnerable.
We're allowed to be.
You are allowed.
Everyone is going through something. Everyone is choosing to heal whatever way is working for them. If this is how you're healing, this is your closure. Okay. You don't need to get at someone and gun them down and go like, yeah, now I feel better. If this is helping, please go right ahead. You're not hurting anyone.
Someone was asking me, how would you feel if your child grew up and saw these things on social media?
What?
I told her, this is what I told her. I'm gladly putting them out there because I want parents to pick from this.
This is why we're doing this.
Sharifa, let me tell you, we are a very blessed generation now. Kubanga, we no longer do these things of my children will go to Auntie Gondi for holidays. Yes. We don't. But remember, with Wakulida, there was a lot of, during holidays, you go to Uncle Gondi in Naguru for holidays. Your mother dumps you those ends. They abuse you properly. Nothing. You will never say anything. And now our generation, we were groomed for sex. Oh, yes. Even in schools, people don't want to have these conversations. But we were really groomed, pulling.
We were pulled.
Me, when I was in P6.
Before.
Senior woman got to a room to pull.
Why are they pulling you?
Exactly.
Because you have to be ready
for a man. Yeah,
for a man.
They're preparing you. I learned how to do all those bedroom things. You need this in your bedroom. You need a bucket. You need a towel. You need, it's called nkumbi. Yes. You need to. This is how you move your waist. You need these beds. So even when people abused me, I was pleasing them. Sure. Because this is what I was told.
You knew what to do.
I knew what to do. Do you understand? So generation F broke us. They broke us. They taught us these things. Why are you talking about sex like that, in that, manner with a child?
Imagine.
It's okay to tell your child, you know what? Bad touches says, don't let anyone do this to you. Me, I respect parents. I have a good friend of mine, Phaedra. I love how she parents. She's literally, I love her so much. And she has helped me be a better parent. I can now sit down with my daughter and have a conversation with her.
Do you have a daughter?
I do. She's 13 years old.
Do you have a daughter?
I do.
Oh, you finally got a child?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
I do. I do.
I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's crazy, but...
Because I had a question in here about you being a parent, and I cancelled it out because you said that abortions kind of affected you and you couldn't conceive. So I said, oh no, I'm scratching this. I can't be asking about children.
Even when that baby was conceived,
yes,
there were so many ideas running through my mind. You need to go and terminate because it was my normal. Yeah. Then I was like, no, what if I never ever get another one?
I'm so happy. Yeah. This is the highlight of the show.
Yeah. So my child is I think God has given me another chance to parent myself. She's very intelligent.
Oh, okay.
We have had conversations about sex.
As you should.
We've had conversations about men, pregnancy, bad
Consent.
touches, consent, everything. She knows these things. You need to tell your children about this.
As early as
As
3.
early as 3, she needs to know. You understand?
Even earlier, if they can talk sooner,
Yes.
please. Of course, there is age-appropriate language.
Yes.
But let me tell you, a child must know this is not susu. It's a vulva.
It is.
It's not pipi. It's a penis.
Yes.
This touch is bad. This touch is bad. When I stop cuddling children, thinking you're
it.
protecting them.
Stop it.
This is a story. I think this story should teach parents that the foundation is going to matter.
It does.
If you don't give them the right foundation, the right information, guess who is going to teach them? A monster out
Monster
there.
will,
Yes.
and you won't like it.
Thank you. Pornography, a video out there will teach them because you've not taken the time to do it.
Yeah.
Parents, please use this video to, my God, snap out of that thing of, oh, they are still too young.
They're not.
Children at 8, 6, 7 are having intercourse.
Yeah, they are. I
See, the stories on my table.
Now kids who go like to international school.
La ilaha illallah.
I don't even want to talk about that. Kubanga never know by name is-
Everyone never is true.
But you need to talk to your children, tell them the dangers of everything. Bagambe totia toswala. Be appropriate. Of course, there are things you cannot tell a child.
Sure.
You will find a way of like addressing it, because if you don't, who will?
Sure.
For us, our singers ruined us because
they
our
did.
parents used to send us. Again, they were Senga wa Kugambe ABCD. Senga is telling you about pulling and nkumbi. You're a child. Why should you know that? The more they tell you these things, the more you want to
But
practice.
curiosity is killing you.
Curiosity. But now if you
Yes.
talk to your child in a way of, you know what?
Protect
Protect yourself.
Yes.
You see what happened to me? My child knows my story. She does.
You see, that helps her.
And,
That's help her understand.
and if anyone reaffirms me every morning, it's my child.
Ay,
The number of times she says, I'm proud of you. Most people don't know she's my child because I don't talk about that a lot. I actually
heard
do
it for the
not.
first time.
Yeah, most people think she is my niece.
Okay, I'll let you the fact that you actually raised a child
I didn't.
after everything.
Let me tell you, I was too broken to raise that child for the longest time. But then I later realized that, you know what? You cannot keep running away.
Yeah.
This is your responsibility. So I think the one thing I thank God that I fixed before anything was my parenting style and accepting that I'm now a mommy and I have to be there for this person. Even when I was broken on the outside, that one part of my life,
It was clear.
very, very clear. So I thank God for that.
You were the parent you never had.
Thank you. I am. And I thank God for that every day.
You see these questions? I had how many?
You can ask.
I had, no, I can't. We've answered all of them before
Exhausted.
even now. Yes, but the reason I'm going to point them out is for the person out there who is watching,
Yeah.
who is afraid to go to therapy, who's afraid to open up to a friend. And I hope they can use these questions to get into the journey of healing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you still.
Yeah.
If we've answered it, we'll
I'll
just
say,
move
yeah.
right past it.
Yeah.
But I need somebody, whoever is watching out there, to use them as a baseline of, okay, let me start here, because healing can start right here.
Sure.
Yes. So the first question was already answered. When abuse started, how did you make sense of it as a child?
Yeah.
Did you even understand what was happening at the time? So I think we've already ascertained
Yeah,
that
yeah.
In the beginning,
You
you don't
don't.
know.
You
Yeah.
don't know what's going
you
on.
don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You just start to feel like, but why is he
this
hiding?
uncomfortable?
Why
Why
is
he
it
hiding?
painful?
Why are they
Yes.
telling me don't tell anyone?
A secret.
Yeah.
Parents,
Those
In-
secrets, eh?
no whispers. For me, in my house, there is no whispering.
Same.
Why are you whispering?
Same.
Yeah, if you're not hiding anything, say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
No secrets. Maybe this one told me to. We don't keep secrets.
We don't.
Number 2 was, what was the hardest thing? What was the hardest part about not being believed by someone who was supposed to protect you? What was the hardest thing about that?
I think the hardest thing was, you know what's funny? I've actually never thought about this. Because the hardest thing was, I think the hardest thing for me was now how to pick yourself up after. Okay, now, because for me, when people didn't believe me, it also involved beating me up. Either in a family meeting or a certain meeting. There was always a
You
certain
already
meeting.
down.
Yes. So I think now the picking your broken pieces up and now living with it. Now, because after this, they have now labeled you a liar. You get. So picking my broken pieces up
Was the hardest.
and then living with the name Alimba, Malaya, she's this and this. That was the hardest bit for me. It's okay.
3, many survivors say that they begin to normalize the abuse after a while.
Yeah.
Did that happen to you?
Oh, yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I answered that. Like, it became my new normal. It was okay. It was very, very
Again,
okay.
I think this is to, I tell parents that when you shout at your child,
Yeah.
because they don't know anything, they translate that as love.
Yeah.
When you beat your child, because they don't know what love is supposed to look like, they translate that as love.
True.
When a child is abused at an early age, because they don't know what love looks like, they start to internalize the idea that, is this love?
Maybe that's love.
Thank you. Is this okay? Is this normal? Like they even start to want it and crave it. And again,
Like, let me tell you, there's a part I did not, okay, I don't even want to talk about that, but I'm just going to mention just something small. When I went into the becoming an escort or doing porta parties and all that shit, the reason I allowed men to treat me the way they treated me was because that's what I thought was okay. Put in mind that I was an adult. But because my life has been like, that has been the song,
then no.
I thought, you know what? It's okay.
No more.
You can do whatever you want to do. You want to beat me? Okay, you do. For as long as it pleases you, my king,
Right.
you do what you have to do. Not once did I sit down to think about myself. And I think now for me, sexually, you guys don't, I don't want to overgo into this because you said we're running out of
No,
time.
please
but
go into it.
I
It's
think for
okay.
me now, sexually, until the man that I just broke up with, he's the only one person that has ever cared for me sexually. Do you understand? Like he put
He
me
was
first
respectful.
because he
yes.
understood that I had a bit of trauma. So he put me first. You understand?
Oh, that must have felt good.
Oh, it felt so good.
I know.
You know what's funny? It felt like I was doing it for the very first time.
But because it's different, you're not performing.
Exactly, I'm not performing. It's not a performative act. I'm not like trying to impress anyone. You understand? For the very first time, someone is putting you first.
I know, they respect you.
They respect you. And now, do you know what's sad? Now that they left, I feel like they broke me because how do I move on from that?
Yeah, and I really hope in the future, I don't want you to attach all of that in one person.
Yeah, true.
Because I've learned and I'm learning that there will be someone
Yes.
who will come into your life and let you. I'm sure they would have even watched this video from beginning to end.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll choose you.
My husband to be, if you're watching this out there, I want you to know that Jack Fumbile talk. I'm a lover. I'll take care of our home, dear. I'm very,
Kalango. Yes.
Please.
And I'm telling you this, Alec. I know marriage has a bad PR. It has
yeah.
a bad rep out there. But good marriages exist.
Oh, they do.
Good men exist.
They do.
And it is people who have been broken like you, who actually show up with so much understanding, so much care, so much empathy, so much grace, so much love, because you know how it feels to not have it.
Yeah.
So I know, Aleti, you're doing the work, and whoever will end up with you will be a lucky person.
He will be.
Number 4 was, what was going through your mind the first time you tried to speak up and you were silenced? Was it that I'm not supposed to talk about this because it's okay? Or because it's shameful?
It's a very bad thing. It's shameful. You do not talk about it. It's shameful. How are they going to perceive us? How will you get a job in future if this is what you're saying? Do you understand?
Did that ever hurt your self-esteem, your confidence?
It did.
The shame.
It did. For the longest time.
You see those quiet children in class?
Yeah.
Pay attention to them.
Oh, you need to pay
The
attention.
shy ones, the ones you call introverts, something, not all of them,
But
some. Many of them, something has pushed them to have shame,
Oh, yeah.
to not be able to open up, to not be able to speak up. It's because someone somewhere is silencing them. And again, this only applies if the child has been sexually abused. There are children who are genuinely quiet, but some have been bullied, some have been sexually abused. But again, like we mentioned earlier, every behavior is a form of communication. Just pay attention. Talk to your children. But the way I talk to my Alet every day after school, I want to know what happened from the minute you stepped in class.
Correct. And then the one thing parents don't do enough is talk about death with their children.
Because it's coming for everyone.
You need to prepare them mentally. It's not written anywhere that you'll go first, but you need to let them know that ABCDs can happen.
And when it does.
And when it does, this is what you do. You understand?
How did this experience shape the way you view men, love, and relationships today? Today. after
Today.
the breakup has even happened, how has that shaped your view on relationships, men and love?
I still 100% don't know what love is. I still 100% have never experienced love. It's so sad to say. But you know what's funny? I want to experience love. I know for sure that we are all meant to experience a certain level of love. I want that so bad.
We're emotional beings, I know.
Yeah.
And I know you've not experienced love in the sense that you want to experience it.
Yeah,
but
and then
you
I've always been that for the
Yes,
people
for the-
in my life. So
Exactly.
it breaks me so much to think that I've given so much and I keep
hitting
pouring
back.
from an empty cup.
I'm sure you're soon going to start experiencing love from your child because now you've started to question.
Yeah.
You're now curious of, okay, I know I didn't receive love, but what do I want my love to look like?
Yeah.
Now that I have that gap, there's like a gap, there's an emptiness in you. What do you want that love to look like? I need you to sit down with that question
Yeah.
and find it because love is relative to everybody.
It's true.
Yes, it's a fleeting emotion. Today you'll wake up and you're like, oh, I think I love that phone. And then tomorrow the
You
new one
hate
will come out
it.
and you're like, oh God, I don't love this anymore.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to have to find that out yourself. Yes, and you're going to experience it through your child. You're going to experience it through people like Fidra. You're going to experience it, if you give me a chance, through people like me.
Yeah.
We will love you.
Thank you.
Yes, genuinely, because we don't need you to perform. We don't need anything from you.
Oh, Phaedra says that a lot.
Oh,
She keeps saying, me, I do not care what anyone is saying. I want you to know that I love you from the bottom of my heart. You don't need to run away from me. She's
That
those
is
people
love.
who you don't talk to in like 3 years, and then
When you
she's
do.
looking for you. Like, are you okay? Like, even when you don't talk on a daily, you know that there is love there.
You're already experiencing love, but you see, you still don't know what to
I
say.
still don't know. I keep running away from it because I feel like I've not let her in properly.
You don't know how to receive it. Who
I
taught
don't
you
know how to receive
it?
love. I
Yes.
think that's it. I don't know how to receive love.
I'm glad you're in therapy.
Yeah.
These all will come to light.
Yeah.
Okay, this has already answered the question. I was going to ask, did it affect your ability to trust people, friends, family later in life? The answer is a big yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me close with this. What advice would you have for survivors who still live with their abuser or are silenced by family pressure? What message would you want to give mothers, survivors, people who are still holding back from speaking up, seeking help out of fear? What would you want to tell them?
First of all, you need to know that this is for the survivors. It's not your fault. It was never your fault. So you need to forgive yourself. Number one, forgive yourself for each and everything that was done to you.
That's key.
It was never your fault. You didn't call for that. Allow yourself heal. Allow yourself experience love and life like in a whole different light. You deserve to. And then for the mothers that feel like they failed their children, it also was not your fault. You had no way of maybe you were not in this person's mind. You did not tell them to do that. And I know for mothers it's tough. Most mothers, like when you find out, you'll blame yourself for the rest of your life.
You can never forgive
Do
yourself.
not try to show your child, the victim, as much love as you can. Try to make them feel good about themselves. Help them heal. But heal yourself before you help her heal. Because if you are showing up with wounds, the victim will always see through. You understand?
I hear you. I always feel like also our mothers or grandmothers, whoever guardian we grew
Yeah,
up with,
it's
operated
okay.
with the level of knowledge they had at that
Yeah.
point, and we all know many of them were traumatized. So they also dealt with some of the things we went through with the only knowledge they have. But now, as parents who know better, we are now also dealing with these things with the
True,
knowledge we have.
true.
Our parents never had this kind of knowledge. Not that I want to justify many of the parents who let it slide or whatever, but back then, bringing things like this up. Yeah, it would get you
Insegenda
killed.
kuchawa.
Oh yes, I
But
hear you.
like that's what I thought actually until I started sharing, and I realized that the more I share, the more people now are getting like they want to know you and understand you, and they want to make you their friend, not because they want to like over anything from you. They genuinely care about you. You
Let's see.
understand?
You've taught me a lesson.
And you know one thing we really don't pay attention to: forgiving the person that hurt you. Oh, that's very hard. But you need to forgive them because if you do not, you're going to be in pain for the rest of your life.
It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Every time you see them, hear from them, or whatever, anything good happening for them, you'll go back to
want
the
to
drawing.
die.
God, why? Why are they even happy they hurt me? That is not how it works, unfortunately. People have hurt people and they're still thriving.
True.
That's the sad reality.
True.
Make peace.
Thank you.
Forgive them. Even I don't even think you need to get closure.
No.
Because why? What do you want to hear? Leave them.
And let there's no closure.
Let it slide.
Closure is you choosing this
you
path
choose
for
exactly.
you. Yes, I
Choose
feel like
to
for me that's
heal.
closure.
Yeah.
True. And people, please delay judgment.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
you see on social media is not what you think it is.
We're very quick to judge.
Yes. Whenever you see people going through things like, oh, you know, this, this, please delay judgment. She just said even this story, she has just told us it's filtered.
Because even the things that were told to you were not even true.
Thank you. So most of the things here are still filtered.
Yeah.
And also we've been told to cut because we are running out of time. So you don't know the whole story. Right? So every time you meet people, be kind. Like for me, I feel like that's the mantra.
Yeah.
Just be kind because everyone is carrying a load you know nothing about.
Sure.
Some people like Aleti, me, and so many other people out there have just learned to carry it in a way that looks like, she's okay. People are not okay.
People are not okay.
Yes, and parents, I know we've already told you throughout the video, but this is my parting shot. Parents, please be a safe space for your children.
Sure.
Your child should feel free to come and tell you, Mommy, ABCD touched me on my thigh, and you should be able to turn the whole world upside down
for your child.
Because they touched her thigh.
Yes, that's why I love this generation.
Yes.
We are changing the narrative and I love it.
As we should.
Yeah.
We will be having these conversations again.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Thanks for having me.
I love you.
I'm going to send you my book before they print
Please
out.
do.
Do you want to read through?
Duh. You have to know. Assalamu alaikum.